All right. Check to the 1, to the 2, to the 3, to the 4. I'm going to be sure not to touch anything. Hey, D. Hey, what's up, Wallace? You guys hear me? Okay? You hear me okay? Do you hear me? All right, I'm not touching any cords. No cords. Nah. I got the dark room. If you want me to turn the light on, I'll turn it on. But so figure as long as you can see my face, we okay. We all right. You guys ready for some Tuesday night fun? Truth is, I'm ready for some Tuesday night fun myself. I don't even dare to hit the mute. Like if I touch the mute, my sound will just go like done. Bad fast. Bad fast is fast, but yeah, coming in third. Good to see you, Bad Fast. Nice to see you. Super fast. Yeah. Yes. Well, how are you all? I hope you're doing well. Hey, Robert Nazawa. Nice to see you checking in. Checking in. You're always here. You're great. I love seeing you. I love seeing you guys, all of you. And I love hanging out. And talking about whatever this is we're going through, right? You guys, who could have seen this? I'm not sure I'm digging this light. Okay, I'm not going to touch anything. I'm just not digging it. Hopefully you can still hear me. All I did. Yes. Let's hope that's the case. Yeah. I know, D, I'm afraid to sneeze in this room. I feel like everything will cut right out. It just be like, nope, you're done. You're done. You get none. No. Loud and clear. Love it. From the island of Oahu comes a good friend with a pretty good view. Nice view. Yeah. I got a good view of a lot of snow. Let's see what's going on out here. Yep. It's still February in Michigan. Snow everywhere. You know? What do you do? I don't know. You know, you want to hear something that maybe most of you from the South and maybe, from Hawaii but when we were young, we used to do really, really dumb kid things. But like during winter break, which was basically a few days before Christmas, through the new year, you would not be in school. You'd be home. Some of your parents were off that whole time, and some of your parents worked. My parents worked. And our home growing up became like where 2 or 3 of the neighborhood boys would come, they would come hang out, and we'd do stuff like see how far out into the, 2 or 2.5 feet of snow we could run in our underwear, and that's it. And it was a long stretch that you could run out. I mean, it was blizzarding, and we would have these kind of competitions growing up. So, if we would have had whales in Lake Michigan, we would have harvested them for their blubber and their oils and their perfumes. We would have harvested all of them. But as it were, there wasn't any. So we just ran out in the snow with our silly games and seeing who could run the furthest. That's how we had fun with snow. People that build snowmen after the age of 10 need a life, or you should be a parent or a grandparent helping build a snowman. Then it's perfectly acceptable. It's fine. Snow angels. You ever made one of those? Nazawa, you ever made a lava rock angel? It's kind of warm. Oh, it's getting me. It's not too bad though. I'm Hawaiian. I'm made for this. Yeah, I'm good. I got my Hawaiian angel. Yeah. Mele Kaliki Maka. Mele Kalik. What's up, Mel? Mel, marvelous Mel Monty. It's marvelous Mel Monty. She has studied in 24th frame Da Vinci. Believes in UFA and Goebbels. Cinema. All right, I have no idea what I mean. All right. Sand angel. Yeah, you got plenty of room for that. I'll tell you that. You got room for sand angels. Why didn't I think of that? And what do you make up there? And where are you? You're up in the upper west, right? The upper west, Mel. You're up there. What do you guys have? Like you make like pine needle angels, right? Pine needles. You like getting the pine needles and make an angel. Pine needle angels from El Monte coming to you. I think I just channeled the song that you made up singing as a kid, Mel. I'm not going to brag, but I think I just figured it out. That's it. That's the song you used to. Yeah, I got it. Pardon me. And I might as well do it right and get it all the way out, right? Not just once. Just get it all the way out. All the way out. Sand angel. Mel like to make a sand angel at Robert Nazawa's beach. Bad fast. What kind of angels did you make? What are you 10 to 15 inches of snow? Yeah, they got dumped on, man. Yeah. Mushroom hippie mudslide. Wallace. I totally. It's there. I see it. It happened. Mushroom hippie mudslides. No, they don't call it junk gold, do they? Do they? They don't call it junk gold. I mean, it's actually funny though, because the gold, now you're gonna have to correct me on this because it's been a little bit, Nazawa, but was constitutional gold like pre-1933? What was it, 90%? Like silver was to 64, or was it more pure than that? I could get my book and look. I just don't know off the top of my head. But I thought it, couldn't be 3 nines fine. I thought it had to kind of be more like how sterling silver needs to be cut with a little bit of a hard metal. I don't know. Anyway, it's been a minute since it's funny. I was going through all my stuff the other night. I was going through it and kind of looking through my coins and It's fun. I love looking at old coins, you guys. I love it. I like getting a magnifying glass out and looking at it and looking at the age and the year. And, you know, I appreciate where humanity is and where it's been and where it's going. I look at some of my oldest coins and I wonder things about it when I look at it. Is just imagining maybe even a fraction of the journey that coin's been on, maybe. But it's a piece of history that's very old. And then it ends up in your possession and it's really not worth like anything crazy. I mean, you guys, it's probably worth like 45, $50. This one coin. But it's like from the Civil War. So I look at the coin and I'm just like, holy shit. Like, whose pocket was this in? Who had this coin? Who the hell had this coin? This coin is not in mint state at all. It's worn. It's worn. Can you see the date? Very nice. Very good. 1955. Ba ba ba. But who had this coin? I don't know. It's fun. Our history is really amazing. I didn't want to go on here really tonight and be all. I just want to just chat. Just kind of talk about stuff, Not really have a purpose. Just kind of shoot the shit for a little bit. It's kind of what I had in mind. Yeah, right. Whose pocket? Although that being said, saying that I want to keep it loose, there is a lot to talk about. Is there not? Is there not a lot to talk about? How many beers do you have outside of the railing? I don't know. One in reserve. So, they're trying to impeach Donald Trump, the citizen. That's new. That's different. They're trying that. They're going to proceed. I don't know. The guy, Jamie Raskin, man, I've seen him numerous times. Over the last 2-3 years, I've seen him numerous times, like all of these just people that are within the Democrat Party. But now you're seeing that the people that we thought would maybe turn have turned into the impeachment. I'm really not giving it much time. I'm not really watching any of it. The people that are in charge of it and that are coordinating it, man, it ain't for me. This isn't for me to wake up and see how much hypocrisy and bullshit this is. This is for all the other people that are just going to tune in and have to watch it. And the deep state thinks they got them by the balls. But I think that's where, the shift, that's where it goes. That's who knows how deep and long this has to go. But there's a lot of information out there right now, even coming from the president, even though it's not being broadcast on mainstream television, which it's just not going to be. But there's hints, there's signals. It's the Newsmax guy that's, I don't know, he's like an anchor, or he's one of the guys, but he was on Newsmax. And he's one of their guys, and he talked about just getting back from Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach. And he was golfing with the president. And what he said is that the president is in very, very good spirits. Now think about that. theoretically in the middle of another impeachment. He's golfing. He doesn't. How's it all going to shake up, you guys? We're going to find out that America is actually it's a separate entity from what Joe Biden thinks he's ruling over. How is this going to play out? I mean, the way I see it, everything moving forward, at least for my channel, is more about just reflecting and kind of talking about what happens moving forward. I mean, we're gonna see it, we're gonna witness it, right? It started off talking about how we could get people to understand the Q drops, how we could get them to see the big picture, how we could get them to connect the dots, and that's where it all started, right? It was like that was what it was intentionally meant to be, was like, how can we show people that these things are proving to be true? And that was the purpose of it. And that time has come and gone. That time has sailed. There's, history will take care of the people that need to learn the Q drops. Moving forward, it's definitely about trusting the plan. It's really not about waking up. Well, I say that, but I mean, it's, they have their guy, excuse me. They have their guy in the office on paper. It's, none of it makes sense to go after Trump. None of it does. The damage has been done, though. If they're operating separately, we'll find that out later. I mean, I honestly, how the hell does anybody actually know any more moving forward? What we do know is that they're not acting normal. The deep state left, they're not acting normal through any of this. Nobody's having get-togethers. There's no excitement, man. There's nothing. There's no excitement at all behind the campaign at all. In a record number breaking of voters that voted for him, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. People need to wake up. What's up, food stamp? Food stamp is in the house. What did he say? I got the what? I got the bronze. I don't know what that is. I'm confused. Dead in the water, no wind behind the sail. Yes. A redneck prepper. Yeah. I was told I don't need to say the way I say your name every time I say it. I was told that, so I won't. But no, I'm playing. What's up, redneck prepper? Nice to see you and food stamp and all of you guys. What are you guys thinking? I mean, how crazy is it that October 15 of 2020 was when the majority of the mainstream YouTube accounts took a plunge and got cut off? October, November, December, January. So we'll count those 4 and not count February, right? Because we counted October. So 4 months ago. That's a third of a year ago. Those channels were taken. And look where we are from then, October 15th, when life was pretty normal, until where we are right now. Look at the changes that have happened from then till now. And the movement. You guys, Patriots have to win this. They can't afford not to. You look at the chains of events. They took the patriotic party and flipped it upside down and said, here's what winning feels like 100%, and flipped it upside down and said, here's what losing feels like. Enjoy. But yet they're really not going to lose in the end. But the majority of people out there feel like, holy cow, and they're talking about like pressing charges and all this kind of stuff. And like the people that are asleep buy into that propaganda. It's here. It's here, right? How long is it going to take? Who knows? What we do know is that they're not acting normal out of any prior election ever, including Trump's. None of this is normal. The reactions, any of it. And even the inconsistencies that are coming out now, people are talking about and showing, then they pointing out these things, despite the fact that, again, back to this point, it sounds like Joe Biden had to take a private plane to his own inauguration. And then, there are people that are putting out these images, for the last week or so of him swearing on an upside down Bible where the little windows with the things were showing upside down. Okay, maybe. Okay. But in the end, that would aid to it, but that seems so blatant and dumb to put in your face. It's just like, who cares? Look at the overwhelming stuff beyond that. But maybe it is just that in your face. Maybe it is. But the reality is that the first image they had was from the last time he swore in as the VP, and then what it is now. So that's anyway. In the end, we're going to find out. I do believe that we're going to find out. Definitely. I sound tired. I think I need some thirst quench. That would help. Is that what it was, Redneck? Harris never touched the Bible. She was a quarter inch off the top of it. I heard some stuff like that, but she, the other side of that argument is that they say her mother was Indian and her dad was Jamaican, so therefore she's not even eligible to even hold the Senate seat she had. So put that together. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Seriously. Everything that we're living in is so surreal right now. It's unbelievable. The times we're living in. It's unbelievable that the freight train that was Donald Trump could have somehow just ceased to have hit a brick wall and the election was lost out of the blue. And now, yada, 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 here we are. I mean, how does any of this even make sense unless you're watching a movie? Even the reaction by Biden, all of them. How does it make sense unless you're watching something? Which leads me to a point of maybe if we are watching a movie, maybe we are living in a program. Maybe we are. Maybe if we're told to sit back and enjoy and watch the show, trust the plan. Well, if that ends up being what happens and humanity is free, which I think is great, we will have, in fact, been programmed. And if that's the outcome that we're told to trust and it happens in a simulation. So I don't think it's like, I think we're being brought right to the edge of where humanity as a whole is going to take the next leap forward in its demise. And we're dangerously close to where that is right now. You see it. You see it in the big cities. You see it with the reaction. You see it. What's crazy is that a lot of people that are of like sound mind and judgment are, their highs aren't too high and their lows aren't too low. They're pretty tempered. But what seems to be driving the spaceship of Trump derangement syndrome is obviously all of the networks that are out there, all of them, as well as if you're giving it any kind of time, all the buffoonery that they try to fill the airways with is completely bullshit and terrible information that just corrupts the people that watch it. It's the worst information they could give them. In fact, it's the anti-truth. It's the very opposite of what they're reporting as truth. And they do it by what? Virtue signaling. They virtue signal on everything. They're the biggest lying piece of shit hypocrites that are on the planet, and they happen to be in front of a camera. They're the worst pieces of people that are out there, outside of those that actually commit the crimes. But these people cover it up. They're the worst people on humanity. And hopefully they're dealt with swift, real swift, because they need to be. Because their mouthpiece is their crime. And they do it for the paycheck. They're not good, honorable people at all. And if you're not honorable, and no matter what you do in life, if you're not honorable, you're nothing. And they're not honorable at all. They're the opposite. They're the worst, actually. They're the worst. They're the worst people. And if people honestly would take the golden rule and just fucking treat people how they wanted to be treated and just be good with everybody, this world would just be on autopilot. Because good would just smother out the bad. Problem is, as you well know, the enemy of the people, the mainstream television, is totally dependent on everybody hating each other and not trusting each other. They're shutting down the peace deals. They're talking about not having our troops out of Afghanistan in May. No, they're going to go well beyond it. The whole thing has to happen. Us that are awake have to watch this and go, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? We have to sit here and watch this and go through this and witness this. We have to sit here and watch you unwind all of the awesomeness that this country was going towards. We have to watch this. And the answer is, yeah, we do. We know what it can be. We know what it's supposed to be. On some small level, we do. But this right now is for normies to look at Joe Biden and go, what's he doing? Where all of us for a year and a half have been going, the party hates him. I mean, you think about the journey Joe Biden went on to get to be where he is right now. My God, Kamala destroyed his ass in the primaries. Destroyed him. I believe his accuser, she said. Boy, that dried up like a fart in the wind. Finally, we're here.